Welcome back to Metstrade Connect here, and I'm joined by a distinguished guest. It's Grégoire Auter from Raymarine UK, General Manager he is, and also responsible for FLIR systems. Welcome, Grégoire. Nice you're joining from the UK.
Yeah, I'm joining from the UK. Thank you, Penny. Good afternoon.
Yes, it's nice having you. Well, you're actually headline sponsor at Raymarine for Mets Connect. And the Metstrade Connect got a virtual side of it this year due to what has all happened during the pandemic. You were fully supporting that. So could you just share with us, what's your experience so far?
Yeah, I can do that. But first I'll say that Raymarine has been supporting Metstrade from the beginning, right? And that's why we're really proud to participate in creating this new event. That we consider this as really the next step. Because Mets has been extremely successful through the quality of the meeting, the collaboration we've seen through the various partners, customers. And yes, it's been challenging not to be able to meet face-to-face, but I've been quite impressed so far by the quality of the webinars, the state of the industry, the Q&As I've seen, all the interactions. And I see really Mets Connect, or we see Mets Connect as being this event that will happen from time to time, where we all can get together, discuss, interact, and recreate this collaboration that is key for the industry. And it's really during this challenging time that we kind of see these new ways of innovating, and that's quite impressive.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear back from you. Thank you so much. The team is very grateful for your words. If you're talking about innovation and product innovation, it's a very important subject that at Metstrade is always going on, and they've been putting focus on it, especially this year. If you're looking at innovation within Raymarine, what can you share about that?
Well, innovation is really one of our key foundation pillars, together with product reliability and customer focus. It's really deep in our DNA. At Raymarine, a lot of us are actually boaters from a day skipper to world around the world sailor. And innovation for us really means safer navigation, more enjoyable time on the water. Boating is all about spending memorable time with your family, with your friends, right? It's kind of this unique moment where you can combine adventure, pleasure, relaxation. So it is important that when we look at innovation, we look at the experience we're bringing to the users. And we were the first to introduce some of the products in the market, like autopilot, thermal cameras, MFDs, and we really want to continue this tradition of improving this experience with the user. Assisted docking is a key element for that. We want to remove the stress from your day on the water. We want to really provide something safer for our customers, and we're really paving the way toward assisted navigation by really combining sensor on the boat. Yeah. And really this innovation is all about the way we're coming with innovation in this industry is by collaborating with our customer, in our case, the boat builders, with our partners, to be able to provide the best solution for the users.
Yes, exactly. If you're looking at what has been going on this year and also extending that view to the next years and the years after, what is your view on the challenges the industry is facing nowadays?
Yeah, so obviously there are a lot of issues challenging that the industry is facing, but I think the biggest one, which is, if I put aside the pandemic, because and I think it's been very well covered during the state of the industry earlier, because we think we will recover, but I think one of the biggest issue we're facing obviously is environment. And we're seeing more and more evolution toward more efficient engines, electric power. The use of recycled material as well is getting more and more important. But replacing fossil fuels will not be easy, and it will require significant investment. So efficient engines, less drag, lower power drawn electronics are some of examples of what we want to do. And if I give the example of what we do at Raymarine, we kind of started a journey 2 years ago where we wanted to look at several areas in the business where we could improve our environmental footprint. So it was the packaging of the product, for example, and it was even requested by our customers because our customer could not see the number of plastic we were using and really think about the potential impact to the environment. So we decided to implement some more recycled material in our products, and through the new product introduction, Action Plus, and so on, we've been able to remove 80% of the plastic we've been using. We're also going further. We're even using some mushrooms to be able to pack our products, and that's purely recycled, right? Because you can leave it and it will disappear after some time. So it's all about looking at our footprint as an industry. And I think the other challenge is, and it's been touched also during the industry state, it's all about younger generation. How can we attract younger generation? We've seen through the pandemic this newcomer coming, but how can we design our products to attract them? How can we design our products so that they're seeing boating as easier to deal with than before?
Yes, actually, you're mentioning also a few of the pinpoints that we have heard during the State of Industry, right? Where a whole new generation between the age of 18 and 24 is entering the boating market, and also talking about how to keep them in the boating market. Because I'm very happy to hear that you're mentioning environment as an issue and as a challenge that you are actually happy to step into and to see what you can be innovative about on that area, but also how to keep your customers in the coming year. Do you have any vision on that? How would you approach that?
Yeah, and so let me step back. So first of all, I mean, let me start by looking at how we can attract new users, because we've seen new boaters during the pandemic, but I don't think it's sufficient. I think we need to make it sustainable, right? Yeah. And to make it sustainable, we first need to remove this entry barrier, which is essentially removing the complexity of owning a boat. When you own a boat, it can be expensive, complicated, stressful. Yeah. So I've seen for the past few years the rise of boat clubs as being really positive for the industry, because you basically removing all of these issues of owning a boat. You just keep the pleasure, and I'll give you my own experience on that. I've been my wife and I moved, and my family, actually, my kids as well, we moved to the UK a few years ago, and I've always been a sailor. I love sailing, but I never owned a boat. So I decided to go into a local boat club, and it was actually very, very good, because I could enjoy the freedom of sailing anytime I wanted without having the burden of maintaining my boat, right? Yeah. And you own a boat, you know how difficult it can be sometimes. But after some time, I decided to buy a boat, because I was kind of safe, confident about my skills, and I knew a lot of things about boat maintenance and everything. So I think this is a key message. The second one is, as you pointed out, how do we retain our customers? And I'll come back to the experience. When I spoke about innovation, it was all about the experience on the water. You want to make it easy. You want to make it safer for your customers, because it can be stressful at times. So how do you make all this overall experience easier for the family? You want your children to be able to enjoy it as well. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, how do you make this overall experience of owning a boat easier to deal with, right? From the maintenance of the boat, the marina, and all these ideas that can be very difficult to handle when you're a boat owner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that's a combination of the two.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way that you look at that, because it's actually first about getting to the heart of any person, by which they can enjoy the great freedom of having a boat but not truly having it, learning about boating, and then stepping into ownership, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, yeah, I have this very old boat, but I love it because it's classical. It's from Russia. It's an aluminium boat. This year I had to face, there was a little hole in it, so you could have found me in the harbor with one finger, really, like we have in the Netherlands, the story about the boy holding his finger in the dike, right, for not overflowing. Well, that's what happened. I was sinking with my boat. Still, we are together in such a boating club, and it's so nice the way we help one another, and it's exactly as you're saying. Some of them are just enjoying the boat, other of them have their own boat. So it's a combination of that full exchanging of expertise by which you want to keep on being in boating. So yeah, very nice what you're sharing with us. So if we're looking at the Met Connect, it will be open until the 31st of December. What about your team? Will your team be open to receiving calls and initiatives to making contact with you after today?
Yeah, of course. I heard that. Yeah. So you said Mate Connect will be open until the end of the year. So yeah, of course. I mean, the team will be connected. The team will respond to any interaction they're getting, because one, we want this to be a success. I think, as I said, I really see that as the next step. We will always have the boat shows. We will always have the trade shows, and I think it's been clearly highlighted during the state of the industry. Right, boat show will continue to exist, but what we're learning is how we can collaborate together virtually, and it's doing this without having to travel. It's doing this all year long. You don't have to organize it at a certain week in the year. You can organize that all year long, and it's creating the connection, managing the connection that will help to develop your business in the marine industry. And I really see Mets Connect as being that tool.
Yes. Well, later on today, we will also be giving out the Boat Builder Awards, and you are also headline sponsor of that award. Looking at what's coming up, what are you most looking forward to? Which aspect?
Yes, you're right. We are the headline sponsor, and I think we've been it from the beginning. And I've always enjoyed the Boat Builders Award. It's always been a nice time to interact with each other. So I'm really looking forward to it. This year will be a bit special, though, as you know. We won't have this opportunity to connect face to face physically, but actually it's also the opportunity to reach a wider audience. It's the opportunity to really share this development, this innovation with the whole industry, and that's really what this new Boat Builders Awards is. So. I'm really looking forward to see how the boat builders kept innovating, kept collaborating in these exceptional circumstances. We've always been, everyone has been very creative, but this has been really the opportunity to rethink the way we're working, the way we organize, the way we are really doing innovation.
Yeah, right. Well, you will be tuned in, of course, as I understand. You have been tuned in already today, which we really love to hear. Did you already get a lot of handshakes, and have you been giving a lot of handshakes online?
So I've been given few. I've given few as well, but I'm really looking forward to more of that. Right? We just started, so let's see how it goes for the next 2-3 weeks. But I will interact with everyone in the industry and give plenty of handshakes to everyone, because that's important to collaborate and interact.
Great, Grégoire, nice to hear. And I've very much enjoyed our personal handshake through this online conversation. I'm wishing you a lovely day, and we'll certainly hear soon again of you. Bye-bye, Grégoire.
Thank you very much, Bernie. Bye-bye.